enye yezinto yenza ukuthi sidelay noma sibe nje kukhule izinto ezi-premature, zenza izinto ezi-wrong, zi-premature, zingekho ready, zingekho well equipped, zafuna uku-experimenta izinto efana ngabe zizi-experimenta sezi-premature. Nazo kodwa ngiyiblame ngoba zakhuliswa abazali aba-premature ababengekho ready, bangalungisa amaphutha abo, lento yaqhubeka yayekwa. Yingakho till today uthola ukuthi kusakhona abantu besifazane abangafuni abantu besilisa babe yiphathi yempilo yey'ngane zabo, as our parents did previously. Sikhuleliswe abantu abangekho ready, basithembisa ngomlomo bengaphathanga lutho. Abantu sabavumela balala nathi. Namhlanje basabashiya futhi abantu besifazane bekhulelwe kukhalwa kunje. Lento eyenzeka kobaba bethu, kobaba omkhulu bethu isenzeka namhlanje. Abantu basalalwa. Umuntu mangabe sethola ukuthi ukhulelwe besahambe, kusayihabit. They were premature. Now, they were doing things ezenziwa abantu abamatured, people who are well equipped. Zangalungiswa. Mangase kuthiwa kubhekwe emuva kulungiswe leyo nto, kungamele kuqalwe ngale kobaba omkhulu, koma-parents wethu, kufundiswe ukuthi what is parenting. Ngoba even our parents, they expect izinto ezi-matured kodwa bengasifundisanga. There are very few families abafundisana iy'ngane zabo ngocansi. Ingakho nje iy'ngane ezi-experiment. Bese mangabe seyikhulelwe bese bayayikhesa bengayifundisanga bona, because kwabona they were premature. Bakuthola vele bengekho ready. You were not even planned. How many planned pregnancies? It's a chaos. Then you expect normality. The things that were done, you're still doing them. The battles, like I said, even females are still using their children against their fathers. Even females are still cheating and around, moving around. Bangabanjwa, amadoda akhulisa iy'ngane engazona ezabo. Bese abantu baba sensitive when ufuna ukubakhulisa, abafuna uku-accept knowledge. Abantu babe sensitive, kuba ngathi uyabasukela, kuba ngathi you are against them, kanti you are trying to open their minds ukuthi no, mangabe sowuzele, mawusune product, it's no longer about you, it's about also the product. What about this one? What about this one? Labo ba-deprive i-identity. Sinabantu abaningi manje abasha abalahlekelwe i-identity, kanti vele ba-deprive abazali babo. You are not honest. Bakhuliswa indoda, abantwana bakho bakhuliswa indoda engayona obaba bakhe. Imagine the chaos. Now uthula umuntu wesifazane, how do you live with the into ezazenzeka? You can't change it. Why? Because people, they were exposed to premature things. Ezenziwa abantu abamatured, abantu aba well equipped, well informed, abantu abakwazi. They are very few. And we acknowledge those females who are not using their children against their fathers. And we acknowledge those men who are not leaving the women stranded, struggling, having options, ukuthi bangene kuma-depression, abanye baze badecide ukuterminate, bephoqwa isimo somuntu omthembisa izinto, wamthembisa izulu nomhlaba, mangabe sekhona ingane, useyabaleka. They're doing that till today. Why? We-product of prematurity. Kwavele yena wazalwa abantu aba-premature, who were not ready for him, they never planned him. Worst part, I know this one is sensitive. Wakhuliswa a single parent, well, you don't have a choice. Kodwa kune role abayenzile abantu besifazane, especially kubantu besilisa. Ingakho nje umuntu wakho noma eseyoshada kungalula ukuthi adethache kumama wakhe ngoba they have a special bond. Ababafundisanga ukuthi ngane yami, one day you will leave this house and be clinched to your wife. We have women who are crying now. And then mangabe bebizwa ngabo baby mama, kuba ngathi bayathukwa, they become sensitive. Umuntu ashaya icapha phuma hambe. Just because you have money doesn't mean that you have completed all the cycles of life. Ungaba nemali uphele appetite efridgini ungabikho happy. Actually, most people, they do have imali. Imali these days is not too much factor as much as we're facing poverty and what so on. Kodwa abantu bayakwazi ukuthi babe nemali still bangabikho happy. Why? Because email, it's not completing a human life. There are emotional things that has to complete you. There are physical things that has to complete you. There are spiritual things that has to. There are so many factors that influence a human being. Sama product ezinto premature senza izinto ezabantu abamatured. Salimala nathi silimaza the next generation. This can be reversed. Don't use your cycle of trauma to influence ingane zakho, because that's your seed. Ngathi mina umuntu who's not ready to change izinto despite how they feel for the sake of the next generation, including your child, you must stop sleeping around because you are not ready. You are greedy. It's all about you. Kuzoba khona ama-byproducts afana njengawe, abantu abangafuni peace, abantu abangafuni ukukhula, who will use izinto ezi-premature to fight mature things. Sezimile-ke izinto zakho. We're struggling with young people. Babanjwe idakamizwa, they are crying day in and out, they are lost with no purpose. Kanti vele mo check it background, you are not even planned. Mase ukhona kwathiwa yes Lord, siyabonga, you are blessing. Bese bahluleka ukukufundisa izinto ngendlela e-right, bakudeprive ukuthi uhlangane nobaba wakho noma yena afuna. Phela kuwona wonke amadoda abalekayo. Abanye babenziwa abantu besifazane who pretends to be psychotic ngoba ufuna ulwela uthando lwakho ngendlela e-wrong. Why? Prematurity. That's the problem. Even namanje there will be those who will be sensitive and not catch the context. So good to know. Let's reverse things. When you have a product, masawuzele, try to grow. Ulwe nama personal battles wako that you had about your partner. Bese angangeni enganeni yakho. Seek therapy. Pray if you have to pray. Call your ancestors if you have to do that. Whatever belief system that you is that helps you to move on. Because some of these things are spiritual bondages. That's why I passed on to generation. That's why you find people, you are a product of teenage pregnancy. Now a food we produce in your teenage level, pregnancies that you are not ready about. Then the same circle. Uzibone nawe ukuthi cha uma kwenzeka kanje nobaba wangishiya nami nginje indoda yangishiya nalo kuyoze kube yini. Break the curse, break the bondage. You have power. We have power and intellect to actually change things. We have power to actually transform the things that happened. Ukuthi sibe responsible generation. Singabi selfish for the sake of our children. For the sake of these growing children. If you're not ready to compromise some of your values, some of your feelings and emotions for the sake of your child, then you are worse than you think you are. You need help. You need to pray about it. Some product wezinto ezi-premature. Sifuna ukwenza izinto zabantu abamatured. Izinto zabantu aba-responsible. Kodwa singenawo amathuluzi. Ingakho nje silala singenalutho. And then next day we create more problems ngaphezu kwalawa esinawo. Prematurity. May this curse be broken. Ingenzeki for the next generation. Don't be selfish. If you're struggling with letting go of the hurt that was caused by your partner, seek help. Kodwa ingangeni lento enganeni yakho. Don't deprive your children because ubulala isizalo, next generation, of their identity. Balahlekile, they don't have purpose. We don't blame them ngoba they are the products. Lento is spiritual. Now it's becoming a bondage and it's a circle surrounding you, which can be broken. Don't continue this. It can be broken by you.